final third.
I think Pepe's so coachable.
Why? You should be
You just need to shake him.
You should be in prison. We bailed you out. We bailed you out to come and play this season. You're out here disgracing us. You should be in prison. You facing charges.
Hello guys, welcome back to the final third via Zoom. You have myself, Jules, Lavish and Banks. As you can see, we're all in high spirits because we've all respectively won our games. You know, the 3s and the 2s. I can't remember how many lot you won, but yeah.
3.
All right there.
It's all right, man.
Okay, man.
Just making sure you saw.
Let's start with Man City versus Leeds. Were Leeds lucky or was it a Bielsa masterclass?
Leeds look good.
We have to tap into last year's the first fixture. We have to tap into that, and we can't say Leeds were lucky because they even gave City a great game. That 1-1 that they. So I wouldn't say they were lucky at all. I'd say it was a. Won't call it a masterclass as well. It was just a very good and a very efficient performance by Leeds.
Very, very good performance from Leeds. Whether it was 11 or 10 men, they had an identity about the way they wanted to play. And they went down to 10 men. They sat in deep and they still had a very good counter-attacking threat. So, and even when it was 11 men, they played well and they got on the counter as well. So,
yeah.
You can't say that they didn't deserve. You can't say they didn't deserve the win. You can't say that.
Like the word masterclass is a bit loose to use, but it was very good managerial decision by Bielsa to sacrifice Bamford. Seems like a no-brainer, but he's your top goal scorer, and you want to get something.
Yeah, a lot of managers wouldn't have taken off their top striker.
100%.
Definitely. But the way he used Rafinha in the second half, straight outlet. Because he was bullying Stones, Fernandinho down that side. Mendy was all playing.
Mendy didn't even bother.
He went in the picture.
No, Mendy didn't bother. Mendy didn't bother once.
Mendy was playing left wing. He didn't have anything to do with that. That was his problem.
That is not my job.
Are Man City becoming complacent?
No.
That's not fair to ask because of this loss. It's just a loss, I guess.
I wouldn't call it complacent. I feel like that, as I said, like they've had nice run of victories, but the performances haven't been spectacular. Like they haven't been blowing teams away in terms of just putting 5, 6, but like there was in seasons gone by.
Yeah.
But today, I think you just have to class that as an off day at the office, man. It was a bad day at the office for them. They had a lot of shots, they created a lot of chances, didn't put them away. Ferran Torres got them back in the game, but again, you can't say that Leeds didn't deserve to take something from this game.
From that game, yeah. Facts.
I think complacency is the wrong word to use for. I'm sure they'll bounce back against whoever they're facing.
I feel like
next, but
you're using the word complacency because of the Dortmund match. Because of the Dortmund match, but I feel like the league's done and dusted, right? So they should, obviously they're not going to lose a handful of games. They shouldn't want to lose a handful of games, but I feel like analysing City
we don't know that.
Please. Analysing City week in, week out in the Premier League. That dream's still alive. You know when you've made the shirts already, so you have to
literally. You got to keep them in a box just ready, just in case.
Just park off the shirts. No. Honestly, though, analysing City this Premier League season is very, very weird because just the lack of competition has just benefited them so much. It's like everybody dropped off significantly, and including them, but just their drop-off was the least. Because, like Banks said, they're not blowing teams out with the 5-0 or convincing wins, even if it's just a 2-0. It will just be like good passages of play within games, and then they look efficient. So it's blinding, like it papers over cracks. But City have cracks in them, as Leeds showed. And yeah, just a bad day as the office. I don't think they've been complacent.
Can this result impact the second leg against Dortmund? I don't think so.
Again, Dortmund, as you said, it wasn't the worst result for Dortmund. They're still in the tie. 2-1 away defeat is not the worst result, and Dortmund are going to see that there are some cracks. They faced them already, and they saw that they can get at them, and there are ways to get at them, and this will give them confidence. I still feel like City are the favourites, but it's definitely going to give them confidence that the way that Leeds lined up against City, they went man for man, and they ran. It wasn't we know how Leeds are going to play. They're going to match you as best as they can. Obviously, it doesn't always work out, but if Dortmund, it's going to be a lot cagier in a Champions League quarter final. Going to be a lot cagier, but if Dortmund do pick their moments to spring on City, there are holes there. Who was it? Who was the back? It was Ake and Stones at the back. Obviously, they don't play together much, so they didn't look very convincing at the back.
Yes.
They didn't look convincing at the back yesterday. But whether it's Diaz, Stones, Cancelo had a poor game as well. He was getting got at. So Dortmund will know that there are chances for them to get something from this match, from this tie.
Bielsa's laid the blueprint on how to beat City efficiently if we're just going to use this match. And Dortmund they have the capabilities, more than enough firepower going forward to be able to execute even more efficiently than Leeds did this weekend. I feel like everyone's saying City's the favourites. Yes, they are the favourites, but City's track record and who's not eliminated them from the tournament goes to show that favourites mean nothing. So I can't openly say that City are gonna get through this Dortmund tie. I feel like they should be very, very worried. They should be very, very worried.
Moving on to Liverpool versus Aston Villa. Are Liverpool still in the top four? Are they back in it?
I'd say yeah, because again, it's tight. It's tight. It's a tight race. I think Liverpool and the top four is only separated by 2 points. They went back in there briefly on Saturday after winning their match.
30 minutes.
Yeah, they've got 52 points. West Ham's got 55 points.
They needed Chelsea.
Yeah. And Chelsea's in between them with 54.
So again, between West Ham, Chelsea, and Liverpool, they're all gonna drop points between now and the end of the season. They're all gonna drop points. It's all about who. Again, this top four battle feels a bit like the 2019 one in the sense that who's gonna be the least worst, who's gonna be the one.
It feels like the one where Arsenal first dropped out of top four. No, you're right. The 2019 one actually, where it was Tottenham, Arsenal, and everyone was just doing hot potato with fourth place and third place at one point. Yeah,
that's exactly that. It feels like that. So again, Liverpool are in the mix. They've won their first home game in what feels like an eternity. So whether they got the consistency to build on this result, again, can they put together 3 wins in a row in the Premier League? It's been a struggle for them to do that. It's been a struggle for them. Can they do that? They've got the 2 now. If they win another one, then win another one. Who knows? But they're definitely in the mix. They're definitely back in the mix.
I feel like Liverpool are definitely in the top 4 because I don't trust Leicester. And we'll get into that. I don't trust Leicester. I don't trust Chelsea, honestly. Even though they won 4-1 today, I don't trust them.
Bad Crystal Palace side. Bad Crystal Palace side.
Bad Crystal Palace tax. But fair enough.
Yeah. Has Trent increased his stock with that last minute winner? I knew he was going to slip in this question, but
who asked these questions? Because boy,
you just want to talk and have a mad discussion, but go off.
No, I'll let Lavish answer this one. What do you think? Answer.
What was the question again?
Has Trent increased his stock with that last minute winner?
I feel like he has. Like the team hasn't won a game, hasn't won a home game in 6 or however many games. Anfield's a fortress, and you've broken the voodoo. And it's never who better than the Liverpool homegrown future Liverpool captain than Trent, England's best right back. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, it wasn't even a tap in. It was a type of goal cutting in from the other
bought side. These Trent stocks mad low key. I don't even know when he bought these stocks. I didn't know. When did you buy these stocks that you're now pushing them on every second?
I'm a silent investor. We don't talk.
Man's that white youth that was back in truth. That white youth that was paying for truth behind goals. Yeah, that's you.
That goes back like if the goal that Trent scored, unheard of for right back. Bottom bins coming from the other side, like But a lot of right backs in this league can't do that. Last minute
What the
winners.
hell
And
is a right back doing
let me
in left
finish.
wing?
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Why is the right back popping up in left wing?
He takes corners on that side. So
Yeah, well, he didn't come from a corner, bro. He didn't
yeah,
come
but
from a
you
corner.
said what's he do? What's he? You said what? What do they do there? He
Yeah,
takes
What
corners.
was he doing there? What was he doing?
You didn't say what was he doing. He said what
I asked what was he doing?
did you? You know my thing's lagging. So anyway, cool. So anyway, bottom bins, and I just feel like you said, yeah, you were right. So you can have that in terms of he's going to redeem himself attacking wise, not defensively. But how can you redeem yourself defensively if he has a defensively solid? If he has a defensively solid performance, we won't say he's redeemed himself. We'll just say he played well today, but he got the game winner. So I feel like yes, he's redeemed himself. Just the same way if a defender has a great game, you remember the attacker who scored. It's the same thing. So. Let's give him his credit. Man. Let's give him his credit. You want to win in this tournament, you take him.
Of course you will. And there's no doubt England should take Trent. I don't think that should. I think Southgate bugged out heavily when he left Trent out of the squad completely because there's no way Trippier is a better right back than Trent. But as I said, Trent is going to make up offensively because that's his game. That's his game. 100% is his game. When I see him put a bottom bench on the left wing, a very Trent thing to do. Quality going forward.
No one does that.
Quality going forward, but again, he's got a big match in the midweek against Real Madrid, and they're gonna need him against one of the Real Madrid's more informed players than Vinicius. He's gonna be facing them again. They're gonna need a better defensive performance than what he showed at in Spain.
Yeah, boy. Good luck to him, innit? How well have Villa been without Grealish?
They're awful, fam.
Awful. I don't know.
That's not fair.
No, but
the results. Wait. The results ain't looking good. But at first, when Grealish was gone, the results were going in their favour, and they've still been playing well. Liverpool just about beat Villa.
Again, but Villa were not on top. First half, they weren't on top, and then when they were chasing the game.
Okay, the question is, don't limit it to this Liverpool, because she said, how have they been without Grealish?
You said, I was just responding to you about the Liverpool game.
Don't point at me.
In general. No, but I can't. Yeah, the Villa performance is shaky without Grealish, man. You can't underestimate what he. That's why you can't underestimate what Grealish.
But I believe Traore, Watkins, Trezeguet, they fill in. They tried. Traore tried. When Grealish first stepped out, Traore stepped out for a little bit, for about 3 or 4 games. Then it was between him and Trezeguet once in a while. But Watkins has been consistent as well. Someone who stepped off is Barkley. But I feel like they're playing very, very well. No, not playing very, sorry. They're playing well enough without Grealish. Remember when it was Grealish or bust? Remember those times? They've come a long way from Grealish or bust. They've come a long way from Grealish or bust, man. Never turn your back against Villa Park, girl. I see you. You can never step in Brum again. Disgusting.
First of all, I got G-Pass in Brum for years. Don't worry about me. I got the keys to the city for a long time. You ain't gonna worry about welcoming me back to city.
You can step in the 0121.
Shem. They know me in the 0121. They know me there. Look, you ain't gonna worry about me. But back to Aston Villa, Barkley. Damn, I'm so frustrated that you keep making wrong decisions. I don't get it. I don't get how 2 key moments that could have turned the match yesterday. One where he was on the counter and he decides to shoot from 20 yards out instead of feeding Watkins. And then the second one where he decides to dribble instead of taking the shot. I'm thinking, fam,
his decision making is shoddy.
You came to Aston Villa to try and get it back into this England squad, and you started off well, but since his injury was in November, December times, since he came back, he's just been shocking.
Moving on to West Ham versus Leicester, Lingard and Kelechi.
Who do you want to take? I know you take Jay Lings. I'll take Kelechi. You go off.
This redemption. Nah, I think I speak for all United fans when I say this redemption arc from Lingard it brought a smile to our face. It's brought a smile to our face because
it's a character arc.
Like you just saw at United, he was just down. Like he's obviously spoken in depth about the mental health issues he was going through, the struggles he was going through, having to look after his mum, his daughter, and his sister. Like all of the pressures on him, and you could see that at that time, you could tell the difference from when Lingard was enjoying his football and when he wasn't. Like it was such a stark difference. You could see it in his demeanor, his play on the pitch. So to see him, he needed a fresh move. Like it wasn't slapping for him at United. Obviously, Bruno had come in and taken over the ship. He needed a fresh move to somewhere where he could get reliable game time, have the trust of the manager, and get back to what he does best. So to see him just every match he comes onto the pitch, Lingardinho slapping. How many you ever see?
Football's a huge part, like, of confidence. Confidence is a huge part of football. Sorry, as professionals, they all have a certain skill level that they won't drop beneath. As crap as we think some of them are, yeah. So Lingard's always had it in his locker. I know it seems like hindsight's a beautiful thing because we wouldn't be saying he's always had it in his locker. You get, but he's always had it. But it's just the confidence, because especially we know Lingard in terms of he would not be off the social medias. He will see everything, and it gets in his head. It would have gotten in his head. But when you're at a club where you feel valued, not just that, like the fans, like you feel valued by the players, the coach, you feel useful. And the fans rate you a little bit, you're in a dressing room, which is a bit more relaxed. It's not as much as a pressure cooker. I'm sure he's always with Pogba and the likes of these lot, but the England camp within West Ham is just it's comfortable for him. He could just be himself. So I'm happy for him, man. I'm happy for him. On to Kelly quickly. Oh, the redemption there. Oh, the redemption there.
Was it move over, Vardy?
No, it's not even that, because it seems a bit premature for everyone to bin off Vardy. Okay, let's see how long you can keep this going, because I'm thinking, how did he get 2 goals out of this game? 2 Leicester goals came from the same player, and it wasn't Jamie Vardy?
Max.
Fair enough. Kelechi's got to be on 8 goals now, at least. Something like that.
Yeah, I think he's on 8 goals in his last 6 games.
Got 8 Prem. 8. How many Prem goals? Maybe 6 Prem goals.
I'm not too sure
but
about Prem goals.
8 Prem goals.
I'm not too sure about.
Oh, Judy said 8 Prem goals. Yeah, he's done well. He's done well considering how little he's been playing, starting games. Do you get? But I hope he keeps up this form. I hope it's not, because before he lost his form because I just felt he was a heavy player. Another one, how we said about Partey, I feel like he was just a heavy player. He lost his pace. He lost his sharpness. And maybe it got to his head in that he was not hot property, but hot prospect. Do you get? So now maybe he's a lot sharper. He's more efficient with his finishing. Do you understand? So, and his movement's a lot better now. Defenders fear him a little bit more, especially as he's putting some goals in the bank.
Like what Lavish said about the fact that we need to see more of this, because this is the first time he started 6 Premier League matches in a row. For a guy that's been in the league for 5 years now, I've only been this is the first time he started 6 Premier League matches in a row. We definitely need to see if this is going to be Kelly's team in the long term. If he is going to be the one that they look to in the long term, we're definitely going to need to see this on a more consistent basis. He's not going to be able to keep up this level of goal scoring forever. It's just impossible. But as long as you keep giving the performances and we see a consistent level from you, there's no reason why you can't continue to perform in this Leicester team.
Do you think West Ham will finish in the top 4, and are Leicester going to bottle the top 4?
I don't think I'm gonna go no on both cases. I'm gonna go no on West Ham finishing in the top 4, and yes on Leicester bottling. Yeah. No, just West Ham are riding high, yes, but again, you've got Liverpool and Chelsea hot on their tail, and we've seen West Ham in terms of their last 3 games. They've taken the first half and the second half teams. West Ham are just 2 completely different teams. So
I feel like West Ham are going to finish in top 4 because they've got Newcastle, Chelsea, Burnley, Everton, Brighton, West Brom, and Southampton left. So they haven't really got any big games left. They haven't got any big games left at all. But and then again, I feel like Leicester will come out of the top 4 because Brendan Rodgers tax. Brendan Rodgers. So yeah, I don't
By
believe.
nature.
Yeah, bottler by nature. Spurs DNA somewhere rooting in him, but because I'm not. If he bottles this is unforgivable. Do you understand?
Yeah,
Because the Man United one, we blamed Corona tax. We said Corona tax on the last one. Liverpool, we said okay, it's the history of the Liverpool. What are we gonna give this one? Because this is bad. There was no real contenders around you, but you created the pressure once again.
Yeah. Leicester, they're just in 3-1. It's so similar to what happened last season, where you can just kind of see them go into 3-4, where they're losing matches where they're not even in the game. Apart from the last 20 minutes or so in the West Ham match, I can't remember a time when they was in the game. West Ham were all over them. If it wasn't for West Ham trying to give them the game or trying to give them a route back into the game, there'd be nothing to speak about for Leicester. Again, Maddison, I don't know if you lot heard, but Maddison, Perez and Chowdhury all got dropped from the squad due to them having a pot. That's just that you're running for the top 4. That's not what you need at this moment. I feel like that was a bit of a maturity thing. Like you need your Perez is 27, you're the oldest of the lot, and you're hosting a party.
They couldn't just wait. Like the rules get lifted tomorrow to meet up.
No, but still, even if the rules are lifted,
this is crunch time. This is clutch time. This is cut. Like you remember, you was all there last season for when you bottled the top 4.
So
you need to be this is when you need to be locked in, and you need to be. And we get like it's locked down.
Who was it? Pereira, Chowdhury, and who? Perez,
Chowdhury, and Maddison.
Anyway,
so,
younger.
A big match against your top 4. You have to be without like three members of your. It wasn't good enough. I can't lie.
They still got to face Tottenham, Chelsea, United.
They're doomed. They're doomed still.
Moving on to Spurs versus United. Did Ole get it tactically perfect today, or was it the players?
I wouldn't call it tactically perfect, but because for 30 minutes we weren't. I'd say pretty much the first half he wasn't great. We had the one chance with Rashford, that Dyer excellent block to get away, and then we obviously had the goal that was disallowed. But apart from that, in the first half, we weren't great. Nearly lost our heads towards the end of the first half when the disallowed goal happened. But second half, fantastic performance.
Yeah, it was different.
Second half, fantastic performance. I can't fault the team for what they did in the second half. It was on the front foot, attacking. Pogba, he was good in the first half, but second half, he got the ball. He got the ball, and he said, "We're playing football." He said, "Get me the ball on the wing." He said, "Middle wing, Pogba, get me the ball. And we're playing football." I can't be mad at what we did in the second half because it was a fantastic performance.
Very professional.
What does this loss mean for Mourinho?
I feel like Mourinho has till April the 25th. They're going to give him to that final. If they don't win the Calamari Cup, I feel like he'll resign, or it'll be just mutual. I feel like he has respect because this is Mourinho's last season no matter what, because they can't make top 4 anymore. I don't believe so, but and he's not going to do a rebuild with Tottenham without Harry Kane. So Mourinho, this loss from Mourinho, I just feel like they're out of the top 4 now. Honestly, I feel like they're out of the top 4. Spurs are 49 points, 6 points behind West Ham, and Liverpool and Chelsea are ahead of them by 3 and 5 points respectively. So I don't see Spurs. They don't even have the strength to, because you've got to win all your games, and I don't have that within them. Even though Liverpool and Chelsea might drop points, I feel like Mourinho, he's leaving at the end of the season. But not till April the 25th.
Yeah, talk about Mourinho. Again, the Carling Cup or the Carabao Cup is going to be big for them in terms of they don't want to make it look as if it's Carabao Cup or bust, but that's essentially what will be for Mourinho.
It's Carabao Cup.
He's gonna need to win that. Also, it looks as if they'll ease him out. I can't see him staying if they don't win the trophy and stick around to play Europa League football again. I don't really see it. It's Carabao or bust for them. It's Carabao or bust.
Just quickly, this week Harry Kane stated if Spurs do not make top 4, he wants out. Does this loss mean he is leaving?
If you win the Calamari Cup, you can't. That doesn't mean you get top 4. So yeah, it's done.
It's too much. It's too much. We're talking about Daniel Levy and Harry Kane.
That's the issue.
That's his prized asset. We've seen the way he's haggled before for players that aren't of Harry Kane's quality. So when Harry Kane says he wants to step onto the market, you can imagine the sort of numbers that Daniel Levy is going to be quoting.
Death for a contract. There's nothing you can do to get out of that.
3 years left on his deal. We're talking about one of the best players in the Premier League. It's not something that Harry Kane will say, "I've done so much for you." Like coming.
Daniel Levy doesn't care.
You don't care. You don't care because we're talking about it's Harry Kane. He knows the sale of Harry Kane is what's going to finance the rest of the stadium. Like whatever debts are on the stadium, if I sell Harry Kane, it needs to cover all of that. So it's going to be at least in the high 100 million to 200 million to try and convince Levy to sell him. Which, in this economy, who's going to put that up? It's looking crazy for you. It's looking crazy for you, Harry. Yeah. I hope you get that move. Honestly, I hope you got the move because you need a leg. You gotta have a legacy. Your legacy can't be some golden boots and swearing on your daughter's life. It can't end like this.
World Cup, golden boot, innit?
It's another golden boot. Your legacy can't just be golden boots. Your legacy can't just be golden boots.
I think Robbie Fowler won something.
Did he?
Wetherington Cup.
Oh yeah, he won. Yeah,
and the FA Cup.
That Shanta treble.
And he won the FA Cup. Yeah.
Yeah. Your match of the day legacy can't just be golden boots. You got to give them more to put in your biography and description. You got to give them more.
Yeah, that's all from us this week. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow our socials. The Final Third on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and we shall see you this Saturday.
You are now listening to The Final Third.
I think Pepe's so coachable. You just need to shake him.
You should be in prison. We build you out. We build you out to come and play this season. You're out here disgracing us. You should be in prison. You facing charges.